Hi. Okay. I think I'm live. I'm live. Oops. I'm here trying to make the best of every situation. Hi, Stephanie. Hi. How are you? How you guys? How you doing? Oluchi. Hi, Epi. How's everyone? Hi, Instagram. Hi, Facebook. Hey, Rume. What's up? Okay. Hi, Zainab. Bangura, how are you? Oh, I love you too, darling. How you guys doing? Hello, Nana, Whitney, D Custodian, Sarky. Hey, hi Stephanie, thank you. Hey, Bofita Show, how are you? I'm fine. Good. Mercy, how are you? Thank you guys for joining me. What's up with all the makeup? Fine girl, you think so now they do makeup? Just kidding, I had a photo shoot and I had to record a video for my podcast, so plenty makeup on my face. It's not how I roll every day, oh please. It's photo shoot, oh. It's photo shoot, oh. Okay, guys. I'm just trying to be strong, and yeah, that's what I want to talk about. Mokom. Yesterday, let me tell you a story. Yesterday, we were chatting in the house, and one of my kids said, "Oh, I would love to, I love food so much. I would love to travel around the world and just be eating different types of food." And I'm like, yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be awesome? But it would look more awesome. It would be more awesome if somebody is paying you to travel and, just eat food and see how life is outside. Everybody wants to travel the world. And I said, just like Anthony Bourdain of CNN, he has this show called Parts Unknown. I don't know if you guys watch it. So we were just talking about him yesterday and how lucky he is. He's paid a salary to just travel, eat, look at people's culture, taste different things and all that. And I was just like, oh my, I envy him. Abi Orume, let me tell them. I was like, I envy this guy so much, in a good way, or not bad envy, please. Like, I just wish that would be me, somebody just pays me for traveling and tasting food. Me, I like food. Just pay me for traveling and tasting food and having fun and everything. We talked about all of that yesterday, and then I woke up this morning. The TV was on, the news was on, and the next thing I know, they said Anthony Bourdain is dead. I'm like, no. I just talked about this guy yesterday. We were just saying, oh man, wouldn't it be nice to have his life? Wouldn't it be nice to, live the kind of life he's living, being paid for traveling and tasting food and tasting all kinds of things and all of that and meeting new people. I just said it yesterday. And today, he's gone. He's dead. I'm like, how? And they said he committed suicide. He killed himself. He killed himself in his hotel room in France. In France, they went to film more episodes of his show, Parts Unknown, and they were supposed to travel after France to go to another country and continue filming. Hey, Foluke, hi. Foluke Daramola in the house. How are you doing? So it really broke me. I'm like, I was just talking about this guy yesterday and saying I would love to have his money, his lifestyle, and today he's dead. And less than a week ago, we just got the news that Kate Spade was dead. Kate Spade. A lot of you who like designer things, you know Kate Spade. Me, I didn't know. I knew Kate Spade 2 years ago when I got a handbag to shoot film. It was not my own. Somebody gave me the bag. The lady that did my costume, Isla Mode, she gave me a bag and she was like, don't shoot this scene, without the bag I'm going to give you. You have this costume. The costume is beautiful, but there's a bag that must go with it. Don't shoot this in until I get the bag. I've just ordered it. And I'm like, which bag? Give me any bag that goes with what I'm wearing. I'm fine. And she says, no. You have to wait. You must get this bag. And I said, okay. So I waited. She ordered the bag and gave me beautiful bag. And she said, sis, this is Kate Spade. I said, who be Kate Spade? One of the best designers when it comes to handbags. Blah, blah, blah. I shall use the bag for the film. And it was pretty, but that's the most I know about Kate Spade. So when I heard about her death less than a week ago, I was like, whoa, what's going on? And the next thing I know, today, Anthony Bourdain, and I binge watch his show. When I say binge watch, I mean I can sit in my living room and watch 5 to 6 episodes of Parts Unknown at a go. I love that show, and he's dead. And the thing that got my attention the most was that both of them died from suicide. They both killed themselves. Kate Spade hung herself. Anthony Bourdain was found unresponsive. But the thing that was very common in both of them was depression. And that's why I'm doing this live video. Depression. As an African growing up in Africa, we do not pay attention to depression. We don't even believe in depression. There are sometimes unspoken words, we just feel, all these things now, you both problem, I beg. Which one be depression? It's either you are broke, or you are living in poverty, or you are owing money, or you are unhappy, or you are sad. Life goes on. Everybody goes on, and we keep pushing. But the truth is, there is something called depression, and people are dying every day. Depression does not know race. It does not know religion. It does not know nothing. It doesn't show on the body. It is a state of your mind. And when it gets to the point where it has to make somebody want to end his life, when depression gets to the point that you start to ask yourself, what is the value of life? What's this life safe? What's left for me here? What am I doing here? I beg, I'm tired. I'm done. I can't be dealing with this. That's it. When their mental state gets to that point, then it is really, really bad. Because they said that with Kate Spade's own, allegedly it is possible that it is relationship related, her breakup with her husband or divorce. With Anthony Bourdain, some of his colleagues that I've spoken to, they said that, they knew he was depressed. Everyone knew he was depressed. But listen, remember Whitney Houston? It was part of the problem that they said she had, depression. And when people hear these things, they go like, oh my goodness, these people, they don't even have what, they're killing themselves, they are depressed. Why? They are depressed, and you're going to kill yourself when you have money, when you're successful. Because if you check, these people that I'm mentioning, to us, they are seemingly successful because they are famous and they have a lot of money. But we do not know what is hidden behind that fame and money. We don't know what they go through when they are alone in their houses, when they are looking at the mirror and there's nobody there but them. We don't know if they are living their true lives, or if they have to live a certain kind of life just to impress their fans, just to live according to the expectations of people. They have to live a certain kind of lifestyle just to impress people, and deep down they are sad and unhappy. We don't know what people go through. We don't know the pressure that people face, that people will be going through their personal journeys. And instead of others to feel sorry for them or pray for them, or just mind their business, they come and blast and destroy and castigate and insult and all that. All of us that are in the entertainment world, we're already used to it. We know how it is. They will tell us, oh please, it comes with the job. It comes with the job, but people don't realize that it affects people mentally. It takes the grace of God to be able to live through this kind of issue on the internet, with people insulting you, with going out there and not knowing how people will see you or how people will receive you. You're just worried, because this life, you cannot be, no man is an island. You can't say, oh, to hell, and just walk out on the streets and say, I don't care, all of you go to hell. That means you're not really living in a world with people. But it is difficult. People don't realize it. It is difficult for people to attack someone and make you feel that your personal life is a mess. But when you check their lives are a bigger mess. But because they are not really known, so nobody talks about them, they use you. They now use you as their relief. They use you as their calm. They use you to take away their own issues for that moment, just to destroy somebody else to make them feel better. And that Whitney Houston went through so much, and she lost relevance. And it's not easy. This mental state thing, I've been saying it since. I actually wrote a long piece on depression. I looked at it and I said, if I post this on my blog now, they will say Stella has started again. Let me keep quiet. This was a month ago. I wrote it because me, I'm old-fashioned. I write with my hand first. After writing, then I start to type it out. But I write it and I read it to see if it makes sense first, if it's my truth, if I know that I've structured it properly before I start to type. I typed it and I wrote it down and I showed it to Daniel, and he was like, "Wow, this is fantastic. You should publish it." I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't just want talk to start. They'll say I've started. Which one is this mental issue again? I just left it. But the truth is, maybe I should have posted it. Because now I'm hearing that there is a banker, a very well-known banker in Nigeria, that just shot himself in front of his pastor because of fraud that happened in his bank. And he was labeled as a thief. And the money that they said he must pay back is worth millions of naira. This man has kids. A very respectable man. He has kids, he has a family. But he killed himself because the pressure was too much. The talk in the banking industry was too much. A lot of pressure on the man. The man couldn't take it anymore. Every day he wakes up, he's receiving messages of, if you don't give us our money, we'll take your house, we'll take your car, we'll go to jail, we'll take you to court. Every day he's looking at his family, he's afraid, he's tired. He's dedicated over 20-something years of his life working as a respectful, reputable, trustworthy banker. All of a sudden, his whole reputation, his whole life, his whole legacy, all dragged through the mud. And the guy is like, what is left? What will remain? What am I doing? What will I tell my children? They are hearing things about me every day. I don't have money to pay. We're losing our home. I can't take care of my kids. I can't buy food. I can't do nothing. And on top of it, I'll still go to jail. I'm done. Nobody knows how long this thing has been swelling in this man's head. And guess what? He finally really was done. Took the gun and shot himself. Guess what? It didn't come out in the press, in the media. Why? The media doesn't see it as something that will really sell paper. The bloggers didn't see it as something that's important for us to know, that mental health can drag even people who had money to kill themselves. No. They don't write that one. They will write, this person is dating. This person married. This person was spotted somewhere doing something. That is what they like, but they call themselves journalists. But they will not let people know that, this thing is happening. It has happened to this person. We all have to be careful. I'm doing this video now because, as an African, a lot of us don't see the need. A lot of us don't feel that there is depression. They just feel sometimes you're sad. Sometimes you're... If I haven't said it before to your hearing, if you've never heard it before, I'm going to tell you right now, I have been through it. I have been through depression. And I'm not painting it. I'm not trying to look good for anybody. I'm not trying to pretend for anybody. I have faced depression because of loss. I've lost a lot in my life. I lost my younger and only brother. I lost a husband at the age of 26 with 2 kids. I lost a father. I've lost a lot. When I lost my late husband, trust me, I fell into depression because I was a young girl with 2 children, didn't know what to do in life because I had planned my whole life based on, my husband, my family, this is where we're going to be, this is what we had planned, this is my life, this, and all of a sudden, without warning, he dies. He wasn't sick. He just died. And then, what did the media do? They decided to tear me into shreds, forgetting that I am the one that lost the husband. So it was like going through hell inside hell. You are dealing with loss, but you are dealing with the media. You are dealing with people not knowing whether to sympathize with you, or whether to pray for you, or whether to say sorry for you, or whether to hate you, or whether to blame you, or whether to attack you. People not sure of how to even handle you. So you are like looking at people to hold on to, people to call, people to say, I need you right now, I need... Nah, nobody cares. At that point, nobody knows how painful it is. I went through my own share of depression. But what saved me? How did I get out of it? Number one, it was God. and the Bible that I held onto my chest like this. My mother looked at me and said, no matter how long we stay with you and pet you and tell you sorry, the only comfort that you can have in your spirit and in your soul that will take over your spiritual and mental and psychological state is the grace of God. Hold on to your Bible, hold on to God, and He will set you free. He will comfort you. The Holy Spirit will comfort you. I hold my Bible like this, and I was going to church, and thank God for the friends that were very close to me that stayed with me. Thank God for Bourdain. Thank God for Kate Henshaw. Thank God for my children. Thank God for my sisters. My sisters took it in turn to stay in my house for months. You know why? They were worried. What if this girl decides to do something to herself because the pain is too much? What if this girl decides to do something to herself because even though she's going through this media, they are just bashing and doing their own. People are saying their own. This is happening. I was broke. We had just invested all our money in a business that he was doing. He was traveling to South Africa and back. I was broke with 2 children at 26, living in a rented house in Lekki. I was kicked out of my home. I had to find another house. I had to move my 2 children. I had to look for a way to pay their school fees. And when I started trying to work to take care of my children, I was bashed again. She didn't even mourn up to 1 year. She didn't even mourn. She didn't even cry enough. She started working again, as if anybody was feeding my children. But nobody knew what it took for me to be inside my home alone and wondering, God, what is this? Why did you take him? And why are people saying this? Why are they doing this? Don't they understand how painful it is? Coming out became a problem. Going out or speaking to anyone became a problem. But you know what? In all of that, I valued my life because God gave me the life and He had not ended it. I looked at my children. I valued my children. I said, I can't leave my children. I looked at my parents. I looked at my siblings. I said, if for nothing else, for the fact that God loves me and I have a family who have my back, and I have few friends, very few friends, who will say, you know what, I will stay your side. My Bible put me through. What we didn't know at that time was that, there is something called grief counseling, or there is something called a therapist. Because when you say, I'm going to see a therapist or a psychologist in Nigeria, it means, you don't need grace. Yaba left. Mentally unstable. It's not what it is. When we try to make sure that we are healthy, we do exercise to be fit and healthy. We take cold medicines to treat our cold. We try to prevent different diseases. We try to make sure that everything we eat is healthy. We eat healthy, we live healthy, we do healthy. We do not realize that whilst you're doing that for the physical, we need to be mentally healthy. Mentally healthy. You trying to get mental checkup. It's not you being crazy. It's not you being unstable. So the earlier we stop putting stigma to all these things, the better, because this is crap. This is crap. So at the end of the day, you have to understand that you don't have to wait until whatever is wrong with you gets so bad. What if the person is not religious? Then what? I'm not saying that you must be religious. Reti, Susie, Abi, what's your name? Did you hear what I've been saying? If you heard what I've been saying, it's not just about being religious. It's about how you value life. It's about you knowing that there's hell. It's about having people around you. That's why I just mentioned therapists right now. I just mentioned it. I said we need to be mentally healthy, meaning that once in a while, there's nothing wrong with having a mental checkup. And there are people in Nigeria that can help you with that. There are life coaches. There's this guy called Larry Olushola. He's an amazing life coach in Nigeria. There's this man called ROE, the psychologist. He's on Instagram. I've already put his details on my website and in my blog before. He's there to help people. We need to just, even if there's nothing wrong with you, once in a while, the way we go and do dental checkup, head-to-toe checkup, breast screening, this screening, once in a while, there's nothing wrong with just going somewhere, seeing a psychologist or whoever to get your mental health checkup. Make sure everything is okay with you. It will sound like, I beg, We're talking about finding money for food and things that are happening to us. This one is talking about mental health. That's what people used to say until the rate of suicide started increasing by the day. In less than a week, people who have money, who have success, who have a thriving career, who have people who look up to them, all of a sudden just wake up and kill themselves. People who have it all, according to us, they are dealing with drugs, not because, oh, I want to abuse drugs today, oh, I want to be a drug addict. No, most of them start with, I can't sleep well. Doctor recommends something for me. I need something to sleep. I'm an entertainer. My mind is always active. My mind is always creative. Doctor, I need something to calm me down. They start taking something to calm them down. After a while, their bodies get used to the drugs. It doesn't take effect anymore. So what do? They want to increase it by themselves, because they know if they go back to the doctor and say, increase my dosage, the doctor will say, no, it's not good for you. So what do? They increase it by themselves. Stop saying not in the African setting, my dear. And Sumana, whichever African country you are, trust me, if you do your research, you will find that there are psychologists ready to help you. You just say you have not checked or you haven't asked around. There are psychologists everywhere. I can give you a list of 10. When I'm done, I can go to my DM and give you people resources of people if you need mental check. I do mental check. I'm not ashamed to talk am. I sit with people and I talk about my mood. I talk about what happens to me. And I talk about my reaction just to make sure I'm okay. Before person go crazy, you know, go no. Let's stop doing it. Doesn't happen in the African setting, not in the African setting. As if mental health chooses race. You think saying only Oyibo mental health they affect. You've got another thing coming. So at the end of the day, people want to increase their dosage for their sleeping meds, and then they now want to start mixing drugs just so that they can relax. Not because they really want to abuse drugs, but what they don't realize is that when they mix these drugs together, it causes something even bigger than they anticipated. And that's where it starts. And then it just affects them. Then their blood will start clotting. Then their heart will stop. That's how some people get addicted from pain. Maybe they went on location or they went on tour or they're doing sports or something and they have this injury and it's so painful. They need something to numb the pain. And then they go to their doctors to give them pain meds or steroids to help them. They take the pain meds. After a while, their bodies just get used to the pain meds. They'll increase it by themselves or add other things that, oh, we've Googled to find that this other pain medicine is good. I need my pain to calm down. They will not mix it to the one they have, not realizing that what they are mixing, the components in both drugs don't work. It can cause an immediate heart shutdown. That's the thing. So it's not like, oh, I want to abuse drugs, I want to take drugs, I'm a drug dealer. No, it's not about that. Some people get addicted to it for genuine reasons, but because their bodies now get used to it, they start increasing it without realizing what it can do to them, and before you know it, they are dead. Depression is real, guys. I think in Africa we should talk about it some more. We should make sure that people around us, look, there are signs. When you see signs, please always ask people, is enough of the hate, enough of, you see somebody going through something and you're happy, you're gloating that the person is going through bad things. No, you can save somebody's life. You can save somebody's life. If somebody is going through something, or you notice that the person is not eating well, or the person is looking pale, or the person is always unhappy, or the person just veers off. You can be talking to the person can be saying something, and the next thing, the person just goes and starts saying something else. Or the person is constantly agitated, or the person wants to be alone all the time. I don't want stress, I don't want you. Be careful. Those people, just offer them a word of encouragement. Those people that you haven't called, our parents that we don't call. Loneliness is one major cause of suicide. People that are lonely can be suicidal, especially when there's no one around them to remind them that they're still relevant, even if it's for one person. No one around them to remind them that they're loved. Loneliness can cause suicide. It can cause depression. Financial stress can cause depression. Relationship wahala can cause depression. Substance abuse can cause depression. Even domestic violence, domestic abuse is the number one cause of depression for women. When you see someone going through something, please say something. Let me tell you guys something that's happening in America. Me too. I'm going to get my own certification very soon. I want to get certificate and license. There are some people who have taken it upon themselves to start training normal people like you and I. They call it the mental health first aid. Now, we are not licensed psychologists or therapists or anything, because we didn't study it in university. We didn't study it. So, but what we can do is we can learn how to help somebody just stay alive until you get help. How to help somebody just identify, just for you to be able to identify that there's something wrong with this person mentally, and for you to know the right things to say. And you have resources of the numbers to call to say, hey, I'm dealing with this person in my place of work or at school, or I just met this person now and I think the person is on the verge of serious depression. This is the person's contact. Can you please do something? And they will come and help the person. Whether the person goes to a therapist or a psychologist or not, you have resources. And I'm praying that somebody will start doing it in Nigeria too, and in the whole of Africa. It is called mental health first aid. So what they are doing in America, they're asking parents to take the class. They're asking teachers to take the class. Guidance counselors should take the class. People who lead young people, NGOs, different organizations, they're telling them, take the class and get certified so that you become a mental health first aid giver. You know how you give first aid, like you can learn how to do CPR, or when somebody gets a cut, you learn the basics of first aid. That is what it is, learning the basics of mental health so that you can have the knowledge of mental health first aid. That way, we will help more people before they start to think about what they will do to themselves. You know, it's not a bad idea. So that's why I'm doing this video, to just spread the awareness, spread this thing that's going on of depression. And people should not be ashamed to talk about it. People should not be ashamed to say, hey, and look, if you have friends, family members, colleagues, when you see them or you see somebody looking down and weary or something, it's not a bad idea to say, hey, look, I don't know what's going on with you. You may or may not want to share it, but whatever it is, give me a call. If you start to feel lonely, or you feel like you need to pour out your chest, or you need to, just call me, lay it out on me. I don't want you alone thinking, and you know, you're not alone. There are so many people that are going through what you're going through. Some people have gone through what you're just about to go through. So just encourage people. That's what I'm saying. Encourage people. Ask them, would you like to call me if you feel lonely? Or would you like to call me if you want to talk about this and everything? Because it's something that we need to do. I had to call my sister. I'm like, sis, I beg, if I don't call you often enough, forgive me. If you need to talk, I'm here. If I need to talk, I will bug your life. This is not about shame, or how can I be telling somebody my problem. Now, so the problem go they compile mentally, because you don't see it. If it's pain, you can feel the pain, or if it's a cut, you can see how deep the wound is, right? But when it's mental, you cannot see how bad it is. You don't know how dangerous it has become until the day you react without knowing, because your brain has sent signals to your body, and you've gone through depression 3 times. You see, it's not easy. It's just the grace of God that some of us are still alive. And our prayer is that, Tiffany, you are loved. Just stay strong. God will be with you, and we'll be praying for you. The thing is just, look, prayer is very important. But people are also very important. The people around you that can make you feel loved, that can encourage you, that can tell you to keep going, that can motivate you. It's very important to have, even if it's just 2 people in your life. Even if it's just 2 people in your life, please, if you have parents, whether they're in the village or wherever, if your parents don't live with you, please call them. We don't understand. Oh, no. I've been a widow before, so I know what it means for you to be alone. Mine was even, I had children, I had siblings. There are some older women who were married for 40-something years, and all of a sudden their husbands just die. Same with men too. There are some men who were married for over 40-50 years and their wives just die, and they have grown-up kids who have moved to other countries, and they are alone, maybe with house help or something. We don't know how lonely they can get. Call them. Text them if they are tech savvy. Call them. Daddy, are you okay? Hey, mommy, just want to say I love you. How you doing? How you looking? You still looking beautiful? Just remember that I love you. That is more than enough to put a smile. They will smile all day. If they see anyone, say, how are you? I'm fine. My daughter just called me and she's doing good. She's okay. That's it. Most of the time, that's all they need. Same thing with your siblings. Same thing with your siblings. Call them. Same thing with your friends. Don't wait until you have gist about somebody else. Sometimes it's about, hey, just thought about you and I thought to say hello. How are you doing? I miss you, Sha. Or, hey, what's going on? I just prayed for you. Are you good? It's important. Call people. Text people. It's not only on Instagram. Oh, I've posted my friend's picture on Instagram, so it should be okay. No. Call her. Call him. Call your mom. Call your dad. Call your siblings. Call your co-workers. People are going through crap. Serious things we don't even know, but with a shame to talk on. If I tell this person now, they will laugh at me. That's the worst they can do, laugh. Find people who you know. Find people who you know will not judge you for saying, this is what I'm going through. Find people who you know that will not tell you, now this one, is this all? Is this what's wrong with you? And you're depressed because of this. If you're not in the person's shoes, you can never know how intense that issue is. Don't use the way you handle things to think that that's the same thing that will work for someone else, because you'll be shocked that the way you handle some issues is different from the way the next person handles issues. That's why we're all different. It's not the same thing that works for Mr. A that will work for Mr. B. We all have to be more compassionate. We all have to be more, I don't even know how else to say it. Let's care more about people. They are dying, they are killing themselves. Make her tell you now one thing. Let me just make this clear. God will ask us. God will ask us. Especially if we knew these people one-on-one. There's a reason why we meet people. It's not coincidental. It's not just coincidence. We meet people for a reason. God already knew who we would meet before we even met them. He knew the people he would put in our path. He knew what he gave us, the truth that he gave us, the knowledge that we have. And so he would allow us to meet certain people that might need that knowledge that we have. And then when we don't allow ourselves to be used by God and help somebody else and share that knowledge or care for that person, some of us naturally are born to encourage and motivate people. But we would not use it. We don't use it. And then people that we have met that we could have said something to but didn't say, you will just hear, oh, this person died, oh, something happened, there was a plane crash, this person died, and you start asking yourself, oh my goodness, are you kidding, what happened? Depression, suicide, mental instability, this and that. And you think, oh wow, that's so sad, and I knew this guy, and I met him and I noticed something was wrong. Wow, so he's dead. You think that's the end of it. God will ask you, that guy, what did you do? What did you do with that guy? What did you do with the people that I placed in your life? You told your mom that you're suicidal. She never said anything to you. See, sometimes don't be angry. In our culture, that's why I'm saying this. If you're African, it's not something that our parents grew up knowing or talking about. You can't even mention things like depression to their generation. They will ask you, what is that? Somebody died, then you will cry, but you will move on. Oh, we are poor. Everybody is broke. Oh, I lost my relationship. You will find another one. That's what they knew. They don't know much about this thing. Depression is not just about being lonely. No, I didn't say it was just about being lonely. I mentioned a lot of things. It's a lot of things. Maybe you came late, sir, but it's a lot of things. We've been talking before you came. So like I was saying, don't blame your mom. Okay, your sister said it to your mom. Don't blame your mom. Your sister should not blame your mom. But now that you know better, you have to help your sister because you know the truth. You know the truth. You know what it is that depression is about. So if your mom doesn't know how to handle it, she'll just probably not say much about it. But you know the truth. So it's your responsibility to help your sister. Talk to her, encourage her, tell her how much you love her and how much her life is worthy. You know, God gave her life for a reason. She's not done. Some people wake up and just think, you know what, this is too much. I'm just done. I am just done. No. Just tell them you are not done. If you were done, you will not wake up today. You cannot tell God when your own lifespan is over. You cannot be the one to tell God, I am done with this life that you put me. No more. You are not smarter than God. When he knows that you are done and you've fulfilled what he created you for, He will know how to take you by himself. But you cannot tell God, I am done with life. But you know what? Some people are not strong enough to say, let me keep holding on, let me keep pushing. Sometimes I need encouragement too. I have friends who encourage me. My sisters encourage me. My mom encourages me. My children encourage me. That's the thing, because they know what I go through. They know what we see every day in the media. They know what people do, what people say, everything, all kinds of things. Even in my personal life, they know the challenges I have to face to keep pushing, keep going. Because a lot of people think, Stella no get wahala now, Stella get money, she has a career, she has this. No, we are all facing challenges every day. You cannot, you can't imagine how much encouragement I need from a lot of people. I send messages to people. Sometimes I leave voice notes to say, my head is just full, I'm going through a lot right now, I just need you to pray for me and just hear me out. And they're like, Stella, don't worry, the God that placed this in your heart, he will provide. There's the same thing I share with other people, because people have shared it with me. So when people help you, help others too. Don't say, I'm not qualified, I'm not a therapist, I don't even know what to say. Simple, just keep going, stay strong, don't give up, it's enough. Simple, you know you are loved, Sha. You know that there's something about you, you still have something to give. You know that no matter what your situation is right now, it will be better. It can't be worse than this. If somebody has fallen down, where you won't pass now on that ground? No, you don't dig ground. You're on the ground already, right? You can't go below the ground. You can only rise up again. You can't fall below where you are. So your next move is, how do I rise? Encourage people. Just text somebody and say, you know what? I just thought of you now. I'm going to pray for you. Pray for me too. God loves you and so do I. End of story. Shikena. Hey cuz, my cousin is here. Riri Okoye. How are you doing? Thank you for all the work that you're doing for young girls and their moms and all that. God bless you. Majestically Rare. You guys go look out for Majestically Rare. You know, what she does is also helping the minds of young girls and eventually their parents, because a lot of young girls are facing a lot. And if we think as adults we cannot handle depression, imagine young girls, teenagers who have not even stabilized their brains to know, who am I? I'm developing. I don't even know who I am yet. I haven't found myself yet. I don't know what I'm doing in life. I don't know the kind of personality that I have. They are still trying to put themselves together, and it's not everything that their parents can help them with. And it's not everything they tell their parents. So they are there going through peer pressure. Should I date? Should I have a boyfriend? Should I have sex with my boyfriend at this age? Oh, what if I get pregnant? Oh, they're laughing at me. Oh, I'm going through puberty now. There are pimples on my face. They're laughing at me. Oh, I posted one picture and everybody insulted me. I don't even want to look at social media again. Oh my God, I'm walking through school and they're pointing at me. Oh, they've done something to me. All kinds of things that they go through every day. And then in America, children between the age of 11 and 14 are just killing themselves on a daily basis. What happened? Depression. What happened? Internet bullying, trolling, media my gosh. And I thought that it was something else that would be killing people like this, not realizing that it's something that's between here and here. This thing, this mental health thing, is between here and here. Between your two ears, here and here. Now in this whole thing there. But I'm saying that there are people that can help. Okay? Florence, I'm not in Atlanta right now, no. There are people that can help, okay? And people stop saying, we don't have people like that in Africa, let alone Nigeria. There are. I mentioned their names before. They are life coaches. They are psychologists. They are therapists. They are grief counselors. They are mental health care givers. It's just that we always think, oh, the person must be cuckoo and they have to go to Yaba to psychiatric. And it's not just psychiatric help. It's not about that. It could just be you sitting down talking to a therapist just to get your mental checkup. That's it. I've said it before, the way we do our health check, dental check, we also need to have mental checkup. There's nothing wrong with that. Please help me spread the word to our fellow Africans. There's no stigma attached to it. There's nothing wrong with seeing a psychologist or a therapist. I do it. because I have to remain sane with the kind of job that I do and with what comes with it, with the negative side of my work. I need to speak to people to say, hey, this has been happening for a while. I'm very pissed off about it, but I'm trying to be calm. How do I do this? Just, you need to guide me right now because I'm about to blow up. And they say, hey, chill. You don't need it. What projects are you doing? Okay, I'm doing this. My podcast is there. My this is that. You know what? Record 3 episodes today. Tomorrow, go out, go shopping for your children, or tomorrow do this, or do something. They guide me on what to do, and I do it, and it takes my mind off the negativity. That's it. So there are people that can help you, and you really don't, even if you don't want to sit with a therapist or a psychologist, there are people that you can talk to that are experienced, that have gone through this. They've passed through all kinds of issues in life. They've passed through depression. They've passed through suicidal thoughts. Who hasn't had a suicidal thought? I've had it. I've suffered it. I've been through it and I've come out of it. And now I'm trying to tell people, you don't have to die. You don't have to do this. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to die in silence. So please, guys, I think, Shakima, yeah, I mean, people come to me if I open my private email, my gosh, people are going through so much, and I just pray over them, and then I type back what I feel, and then I give them numbers of people they can call. Those that say, Stella, I need to talk to you because it's personal. It has to do with widowhood. It has to do with divorce. It has to do with this. You've been through all of this before. How did you go about it? What happened? I share the Bible verses that I use. I share the things that I did. I share the people I spoke to. I share my own experiences and how I was helping myself every day, the things that I was saying to myself. And they go like, Stella, can you please write them down for me? And I'm like, by the time I write like 10 pages, like every day, say these things to yourself. Every day, do these things. Every day, read these things. You know, sometimes you just need people, friends around you. Sometimes it's just your family that will just call you up and hold you up. We need good people. A Christian will never think of committing suicide irrespective of, oh, please, Felix Asoro, please, Pastor Felix, carry your talk, go one place. What do you mean a Christian will never think of committing suicide? Do you know how many things some Christians have faced in the church? You know born again past me, forget that matter. You know read Bible past me, you know born again past me. So don't say Christians can never think of. You can say Christians should not, because they know that it's a sin to take their own lives. It's not theirs to take. You can say Christians should not take their lives, but you don't have the right to say Christians can never think of committing suicide. Do you live under a rock, Pastor Felix? Do you live under a rock? Maybe you do. Felix, you're so wrong. I'm sorry. You know love God past me. So, bar break. Hold your break. Yeah, so, the media will run and say, Stella is crazy. She sees a therapist. Mendy music. Truly, they said it about me. They said, oh, Stella Damasus, this was in 2004. Oh, Stella Damasus starts talking to herself sometimes. Oh, Stella Damasus has lost it. So it was all over the news. It was in the pages of the media. They said I lost it. They said I was talking to myself. They said I was staring into space. Who would not stare into space when you've just lost a husband at that young age? Who will not talk to herself when you are in shock and in disbelief? And you know what happens when a woman loses a husband in Nigeria? Already people are talking about, oh, this is what she's supposed to do. She's supposed to wear black. She's supposed to sit on the floor. She's not supposed to talk to people. She's not supposed to touch anybody. She's not supposed to go out. She's not supposed to do this. Everybody's talking, tradition demands, tradition demands. And you're sitting there, you're thinking, I just lost a husband. I'm not going to see him again. What are these people doing here? You're sitting there, you're thinking, they don't know what's going on. They don't know what you're feeling. They don't understand the pain. And then when they see it coming out, they start saying, oh, she don't craze. She don't craze. Mm-hmm. Oh, well. So please, those of you who are positive about what I'm saying, you know what to do. Spread the word and tell people not to be afraid to speak out. If you can spot someone that's going through something, just look at people's behavior. If you spot someone, don't judge them. Don't castigate them. Don't insult them. Don't laugh at them or mock them. Lend a helping hand. Encourage somebody. Motivate somebody. And just show them love. That's what the world needs. Just people to show others love. And that's what it is. All right? Yep. All right. Thank you so much. God bless you guys. Thanks for joining me. I will talk to you again soon. All right. Bye. Finish. Let me end here. End live video. I'll finish.